What's up everyone? The day has finally arrived for the third eviction of Big Brother 27 and for Lauren's head of household reign to come to an end. Thank you, Big Brother gods. We've got so much to talk about, so welcome to your live feed update. Right, before we get started, folks, if you are new around here, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm here every single day breaking down everything you need to know about what's going on in that crazy house. From vote talks to strategy to showmances to drama, you don't want to miss a thing. And if you hit the subscribe button, I got your back. So make sure you hit that one. And also one more thing. The like button. That one really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. As a smaller content creator, that like goes a really long way there, folks, so I can't hammer that one home enough. So two things there, folks. Subscribe, like, let's get to the update. Question of the day now, folks, and with Lauren's head of household coming to an end, what did you think of Lauren as HOH? Do you think she did well? Do you think she did poorly? How would you recommend she would have improved it? Let me know all your thoughts, because I know everyone's got a lot to say about this one. Let me know all your thoughts on Lauren's head of household reign. Okay, gang, we'll waste no more time and jump right into the updates. It is, of course, the day of the third eviction. So tonight, if you are watching this on Thursday, tonight, Will, Kelly or Adrian will leave the Big Brother house. One of them will be sent packing. We're going to run by vote scenarios and how it might have changed or shifted slightly over the past 24 hours. But the first update we're going to talk about is a final three that has been solidified. Mickey, Will and Ashley were talking at one point and they decided to solidify their final three. And I'll tell you what, I absolutely love the name of the alliance that they have created. It's called Peach Cobbler. I absolutely adore that. I 100% think it's an alliance of convenience. Will, of course, is kind of on the outs of the entire house, but I feel like Mickey knows that. And bringing Will in to try and cipher a vote from him for her side of the house is almost like gold dust at this point, because the two people sat in the middle of the house, as we've discussed, are Will and Keanu. Keanu thinks he's the mastermind of the entire game, and I don't think he would lower himself to work with the women, because I think that's how he operates in his head. I think he views that. I think he views it as he is offending himself and almost degrading his own game by working with the women. But he's, quite frankly, his aspect in this game, he's too much of a dumbass to realise that he needs the women to make it further, because he's so far up his own ass that he thinks he is Dr. Will. Like that, I'm not even kidding you guys. Like, I need to break that down on a game level. Like, this man really thinks he has the game on lock. And there's one specific thing he said to Rachel later in the day that I'm going to analyse the hell out of, because wow, it summed up perfectly how Keanu views himself in the game and the way he talks to people. But if he knew what was good for him, he'd get in with the women. But I don't think he thinks that working with the women is good enough for him. Will, on the other hand, his head is all over the place because he's discussed quitting the game, he's discussed walking out the door, and he doesn't really know where his head at is in the game. I don't really think I think he's kind of checked out. It doesn't mean that he can't check back in and go see the concierge at Hotel Mystère, but right now it's looking like he's kind of checked out. But like I said there, if Mickey is seeing something in Will there where she can siphon a vote and bring it to her side, that's really going to help out there. And she might not be able to get Keanu, but if she can get Will, that is going to be a win. Another thing I want to point out about the Peach Cobbler name, which I adore. I really want Peach Cobbler now. Damn! Oh, Peach Cobbler. I'm just thinking of Peach Cobbler. Oh man. No, I'll be back. I'm going to go get some Peach Cobbler. That was some delicious imaginary peach cobbler. Thank you so much for waiting for me there, folks. But there was something, a tweet the other day that this account, I followed them after this, because they did like this really fun random thread where they said Big Brother 27 players as desserts, and they matched up a dessert with each house guest, and it was amazing. I really liked it, and they really hit the nail on the head. And it's fun tweets like that make Big Brother Twitter a fun place to be, because usually Big Brother Twitter is a cesspit of narcissists and people who don't have any wiggle room if you like players that they don't like. So to see somebody like that was really cool. And they actually put Mickey as a dessert as peach cobbler, and it was like the prophecy has fulfilled itself. I just love that so much, and I love that tweet and had to bring it up. Speaking of a cesspit, we've got That is the most random transition I have ever done ever. But speaking of a cesspit, I'm going to share with you all one of the most disgusting dialogues of the day in the house that made me also almost want to vomit. So if I had to see it, folks, you guys have to see it too. Get ready for this conversation. I'm going to vomit while reading it out loud. And yes, it might be worse than Daddy will show you how to. So, Catherine says, I am having some slop farts. Gassy. Kelly turns around and says, excellent. You could bag it up and Riley would buy it. And then Lauren chimes in and goes, yep. Listen, when I decided to be an updater, I thought we'd be having intelligent conversations about strategy and gameplay and how people can maneuver their way through the game by using those big brains of theirs. But no, here we are talking about fart being bagged up and sold to Riley. Have a great day, everyone. Let's run by the vote scenarios, folks. Of course, with the Big Brother blockbuster, 3 people are on the block and 1 is pulled off after winning that. Ooh, that's what she said. 1 is pulled off the block after, he said, right? They said, hey, listen, take your pick. After the blockbuster, 1 of those nominees will be pulled off the block, leaving 2 on the block to face the vote to evict. And let's talk about who goes home in each scenario. Kelly versus Will, 100%. I would bet my kidney on... Oh, God, I shouldn't have said that, but I'm very confident that Kelly would be evicted. She has rubbed people up the wrong way almost the entire time she has been in the house. Will, on the other hand, has not. So Kelly would be heading out the door in that scenario. In the second scenario, it would be Kelly versus Adrian. Likewise to what I said about Will, Adrian hasn't really pissed anyone off, but guess who has? It might be Kelly. So Kelly will be heading out the door if she is on the block, basically. That's how bad Kelly's social game is. If she is on the block, she is gone without a doubt. Now, here's the interesting one. Adrian versus Will. If Kelly does pull out the win of the BB blockbuster, then all of a sudden the house guests might start to quake in their boots. The vote is very likely going to lean Adrian, but not by a lot. I would have said yesterday that it comes between 1 and 2 votes. I feel like it's shifted more into Will's favour in this past 24 hours. But again, I can't say anything. I'm not too confident. I still think it could be a split vote. In the event that Lauren has to break the tie, that is absolutely her worst nightmare. She does not want to get blood on her hands in any shape or form. And as a result, she is avoiding all conflict, so she doesn't have to go near that. She wants to piss off as least people as possible and save face. That's the phrase she's used multiple times this week. She wants to save face with as many people as possible. But quite frankly, in my opinion, if you're a Big Brother player, you shouldn't be saving face. You should be saving everything that you can in your bank account, including that $750,000, which she, in my opinion, is not doing. But like I said, Adrian versus Will. Will is likely safe again. That man's got a great social game. He's checked out the game, but his social game's doing the work for him. And Adrian would likely be sent out the door. But stay tuned, potentially, for a tie vote in which Lauren will finally have to get some blood on her hands by sending someone out the door. While I have thoroughly enjoyed the chaos that Keanu has brought to the house, it doesn't take away from the fact that on a personal level, he is deeply unpleasant in the way he talks to people and is very, very condescending. In a conversation with Rachel, he literally exposed what I think a lot of people are thinking about him, of the fact that he is so full of himself, his ego is bigger than the solar system, and he views everybody else around him as not as smart and not as intelligent and not as... seriously, that's the vibes you get from it. If you watch the feeds, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But he said to Rachel, this is a quote I had to put down because I was like, this sums up everything that we've been talking about, or that a lot of people have been talking about. He says to Rachel, you know the second most in this house. Actually, no. You know the most now because I literally just told you everything I know. This man is not hiding the fact that he thinks he is in charge of this house. I think when he goes out to do his exit interview with Julie Chen Moonves, he's going to get humbled so hard. He's going to get humbled so hard because Julie will say, you know, Keanu, I thought you knew this game. I thought you were the mastermind. I thought you were in charge. I thought you knew more than everybody else in this house. Why are you sat out here? And then he is going to do his best to bullshit his way out of explaining that. But it is clear as day that this man really does think that he is the mastermind of this game. If I was to do power rankings, he would probably be in last or second last. Him and Kelly. Kelly's chaotic, but she doesn't think that she's running the game. I think Kelly's so deluded, but Keanu is also deluded, but he thinks he's running the game. It's mind-blowing to watch, and to actually watch him go out of his own way and say and condescend another house guest like that and say, like, actually, you know more than anyone now because I've told you what I know, as if to say, you know, now that you've got my knowledge, you're the best person in the house. You know more than anyone. And then he continues going around talking crap about Rachel all day. Listen, when he's not talking to Rachel, he's talking crap about Rachel. He's really obsessed over her. I will say one thing. I think he's onto Rachel probably more than anybody. Well, I don't even know, because I don't even know if he would definitely put her up if he was on the block. I'm just like blown away about how he just spends so much time fixating on her. And like I said yesterday, if he spent that time actually focused on maybe some constructive criticism on his own game rather than Rachel's, maybe we'd be off to the races. But I'm telling you folks, I think that a man will be put on Mars before Keanu actually criticises or realises his own flaws in his own game. It is absolutely mind-blowing. But like I said, folks, yeah, I think we will find aliens on this earth before Keanu actually acknowledges that he has flaws in his own game. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. It was a very quick one, very slow day in the house, because Lauren, as the head of household, has set a precedent for saying, I don't really want to talk game. Usually that trickles down to the rest of the house, and the rest of the house doesn't do it either. So, folks, for a short update today, you've only got Lauren to thank. But we are going to close things out with super thanks. We've got a lot of questions, a lot of comments here, so if you still want to stick around for some more game insight and some game talk, then sit yourselves down, take a seat, and we're going to read through the super thanks. First of all, we've got the wonderful Barbara Gamma. Thank you so much, Barbara. I know you've been a long time supporter of the channel. I appreciate you, my darling. That's a very, very generous super thanks. Really helps me out on a personal level. So thank you so much, my love. And I hope you have the best day ever and enjoy the eviction tonight. Next up, we've got another long-time supporter of the channel, the wonderful Emma Hines. Emma, what's up, my friend? Emma says, hi, Tom. Gosh, I picked Ashley and Will for my Big Brother draft this year and felt so hopeful. Oh. My other pick for that league is Zach. Guess how I'm feeling at this point? Oh, I can guess it all right, Emma. I can guess it, my friend. So thankful for your dedication to these updates. As always, it's my pleasure, Emma. All I can say to you is commiserations for your draft picks. Quite frank, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They are foul picks. They are disastrous, my friend. All I'll say is good luck for Big Brother 28. Maybe you've got something with Zach, but we'll see. But good luck for Big Brother 28, Emma. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you, my darling. Mwah. Okay, next up, we've got the wonderful Fiverr 604. Fiverr, of course, my Canadian friend there, long-time supporter of the channel. Fiverr says, the talk of the women being mean girls and bullies is truly aggravating. The men have used the most demeaning language about the women in the house, and Keanu is so patronising. Riley's a total misogynist. Zach uses his looks, which I guess is strategy, to play two women, and somehow assertive women who are actually playing are aggressive and bullies. It makes me insane. That was beautifully articulated. I couldn't have put it better myself. Seriously, it's fascinating, because some of these men are very rude. You know, like we said, Keanu, so condescending. Riley refers to women as bitches. It's just... And then Morgan and Mickey and Rachel game, and then they get labelled bullies. It really is fascinating. But I also feel like that's a reflection of society. But we can't solve that in one video, can we, unfortunately, without bringing out people who are going to start hating on women. I can tell right now, as I'm speaking this, I am already seeing the most insecure men on the planet coming into my comment section and saying offensive things to me because I am standing up for women. But yeah, I completely agree everything that you say there, and that's quite often the case with these reality shows. Women game hard and they get called manipulative and bitch, whereas a guy does it and then they get labelled genius or mastermind. There's definitely some food for thought there, but yeah, for me, I don't view it in that way. To me, I'll always give the women their dues when they've done well, because they have played just as well as the guys. You know, it's all, to me, it's all about in this game, looking at basically looking at just the gameplay. You try not to think about who they are as people really, or like as an update. I do my best to go with logic. That's logic and empathy is always how I find my approach to these things. And what you just said there, that was logic and empathy. So fantastically said, and thank you so much for the super thanks. Next up, of course, we've got the great David Cushmore. We're going to put David Cushmore's on the screen because it's pretty long, so if you want to pause it right now, you can read through that, and then I'm going to reply to David's when it comes down off the screen. As always, thank you so much, David. Some great points there about the game. I completely agree. Jimmy does need to redeem himself. He had a flop HOH in my opinion, and he talked a big game but didn't back it up. So I'm ready to see what he can do. Of course, I'm looking for a Morgan HOH there as well, just like you said. Wouldn't that be great, David? Wouldn't that be great if we got a Morgan HOH? And of course, SummerSlam with WWE. That's this weekend. That's mine and Sam's plans sorted for the weekend. So we are very excited for that. We're also going to see the Naked Gun tomorrow night for date night. So we're very hyped for that. I've seen nothing but good reviews for the Naked Gun. And I believe you talked about the Naked Gun in a previous super thanks. So yeah, very excited for that. But yeah, I see your question about do I think Cody Rhodes should win the title again. I adore Cody Rhodes, but I adore John Cena more. That's all I'll say there. Thank you so much, David. I appreciate you. Next up on the super thanks, we've got the wonderful Kimberly, the GOAT. Kimberly is talking about how she's on the postcard hunt right now to add a postcard to the wall. I would love, this is something I've been thinking about. Imagine if we could get a postcard from each state. I'm looking at you guys right now. If you're sitting in an American state right now and you want to help out with the postcard wall, I would adore if you could send one in. That would really mean the world to me. But Kimberly the GOAT says, postcard update. No pick yet on the hometown postcard, but I haven't given up. See, she's determined, my friends. I am working from home a lot these days, so I don't go to the town next to me, but once a week I am looking. I really enjoyed the update. It was spot on as usual. A question on the personal side. How are you liking married life? Oh, that's such a sweet question. I hope you are loving it. When is Sam going to do an update with you? That would be cool. Well, married life is absolutely wonderful. As you all know, if you saw yesterday's update, Sam appeared on screen. I love Sam with my whole heart right now. And I just... To me, Sam is the most wonderful person that I've ever met in my entire life. They make me feel amazing, and they care so deeply. They are so funny. They are the sweetest, most... I can't... Listen, all the adjectives in the dictionary, and having Sam, with me and being married to Sam is the best feeling in the world. I'm getting all blushy saying all this stuff right now, but yeah, a very sweet question. Married life is lovely, and I'm just very grateful that such an amazing person came into my life, and I do not take for granted for a second how lucky I am to have found Sam. Thank you so much for asking that question. That's very sweet. Thank you, Kimberly. And then we've got the amazing Marie Conley. That's a very generous one again, Marie. Always supporting the channel, Marie. I appreciate you, my darling. Have an amazing day. You say thanks. I say thanks to you. Thank you, my love. Enjoy the show tonight. And then last, but certainly not least, another long-time supporter of the channel, the wonderful Angela G. Angela, my darling, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm sending so much love to you, sending a big hug. Thank you for always supporting. You are amazing. But, folks, that is all of your live feed updates for today, folks, like I said. In the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of that wonderful stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.